Many people in the scuba diving industry work for diving equipment manufacturers in marketing, sales, and other positions. Renee Pelissier works for Ocean Technology Systems, a company that manufactures unique equipment for scuba diving.
My name is Renee Pelissier. I work at Ocean Technology Systems, and I'm head of sport and recreational sales. Ocean Technology Systems manufactures underwater communications. We also make full face masks. And what my role here at the company is to head up the sport department. We've never branched into the sport market before because up until now, using full face masks has been more geared toward search and rescue in the military. A full face mask covers the diver's entire face, and the regulator is also incorporated with it. There's an oral nasal cavity that lets you breathe through your mouth or your nose, and it gives the diver the ability to talk.
Topside. This is Renee. I'm down at the anchor line.
An ordinary scuba mask is separate from the regulator, and the diver usually has to hold the regulator in the mouth with their teeth. Some of the skills that I've needed to learn in order to do this job would include Photoshop. We do a lot of putting together marketing materials and editing photos that we take when we're out on scuba dives. Also Final Cut Pro, I've learned to edit material from video and film video, which are all things I didn't really know prior to this position here. And of course, learning the products and how they all work, that's definitely a big part of my job. But also diving, having a good knowledge of diving and a better understanding than when I first started scuba diving has helped me tremendously in this position. My very first job that I had was teaching beginning piano. Really loved that job. I love music. And so then after that, I went on to write for various music magazines. I wrote for Music Connection magazine, and I did artist and band reviews, which then led me to a college marketing job at Sony Music Entertainment, which I did while I was in college. I loved that job very much. I learned a lot. I worked with a lot of really cool people. And then the opportunity at Ocean Technology Systems came up, where I decided that I could use a lot of what I learned from Sony and kind of make it my own thing with OTS. Working for Sony Music Entertainment and Ocean Technology Systems is very different. I like them both, but while I was at Sony, most of the things were geared towards developing artists and promoting people and making them famous, whereas with Ocean Technology Systems, I deal with a lot of people who are protecting the ocean and doing ocean conservation and people who are really caring about the environment. And I would say that's pretty much the big difference between the two. And I really tend to like the fact that I feel like I'm serving a bigger purpose while I'm working for Ocean Technology Systems. One of the most rewarding parts of my job is being able to help people achieve their underwater goals. For example, there are some people who are physically disabled and can't scuba dive unless they wear a full face mask. On the other hand, there's some conservation groups who are working to replant coral and do other things to help save our oceans and make the world a better place. And having the opportunity to be a part of that is a really cool thing. Teamwork is extremely important in anything that you do, but it's especially important here. Our sales staff works really hard together. We work as a team. It would be very, very hard for me to go out and do a demo by myself where I have multiple divers all needing help adjusting their equipment, understanding how it works. So having my coworkers there to support me in that is very helpful. Likewise, when we go to trade shows, having one person at a trade show, it's possible, but it's very, very hard, and it just makes things a lot easier when we work together. One of the things I like best about my job is meeting new people and interacting with people. I love to hear their stories. I love to see where they've been, to hear where they've traveled, and to learn from their experiences. Making new friends in the dive industry is so cool because you meet some of the most interesting people in the dive industry, probably more so than a lot of other industries. And also, other things that I like about my job would be being out on the boat, getting to dive, getting to travel. Those are things that all make my job just a really cool thing. There's no part of my job that's especially difficult, but it has been a bit of a challenge letting sport divers know that they can also use full face masks, that they just need a little bit of training, and that with a little bit of education that they too can use this piece of equipment, that it's no longer specifically for search and rescue, military, or commercial divers, that they too can use it. So part of my challenge has been, how are we going to educate these divers and how are we going to get them to see it as something that is absolutely usable for them. There's no real typical day at OTS for me. We're a small business, so a lot of us have to wear different hats. Some days I'll be doing sales and marketing. I'll be putting together sport brochures or working on a new catalog. And then other days, maybe we've just come back from diving. We took some great video, and then I have to come back and edit it together, see what's going to make it work. And then other days we'll be out in the field. We'll be putting on demos, getting people in our gear. We like to have different people try it out, and so really there's no basic day for us. As far as being a woman in the dive industry, I don't feel like I've come across too much prejudice being a woman, but it is a male-dominated industry, so you do have some here or there, but at the end of the day, most men would rather be scuba diving with women than other men, so it's all good. My advice to anybody who's pursuing a career in diving would be to dive as much as you can, learn as much as you can about diving, and just to network. Put yourself in situations where you're going to meet other people who have been diving, who know diving, who are in the industry. Go to dive clubs, go to dive events, do as much as you can, and just to work hard in whatever you do, because no one's going to do it for you, and you have to get yourself there. So I think that with hard work, networking, and just loving what you do, I really think that you can do it.